everyone. Welcome to another vlog. I haven't filmed in a long time. I've finally gotten out of my filming slump. As you've seen in the title, I'm going to do 5 genres in 5 days. Basically, I'm going to pick up a different book with different genres each day. I'll definitely not be finishing it, so I will only be choosing one book at the end of the 5 days, and I will stick to that, and maybe I will do a video alone just reviewing that book. To start off, day 1 is going to be a quite common read, which is romance, and the book that I've chose is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. When I got this, I was so excited to read it, but I don't want to say I've never got the chance to, because I definitely got a lot of chance, but I was just so lazy. The main character here is Nora Stevens. She's a literary agent. Her job is basically to represent authors, writers to publishers, and on this case she got to represent an author to an editor called Charlie Lustra. Now this book is known for its enemies to lovers trope, so I'm kind of excited for that, but I know that in romance it won't be like an actual enemies to lover, the same as enemies to lovers in fantasy book, where they will actually try to kill each other. So what should I expect from this book? This is a heartfelt and hilarious read about books, sisters, and writing your own love story, which I'm obsessed about. To be honest, I've already started and I'm kind of liking how it goes. I already love her character. I think I could relate to her, like how she thinks, how she prioritizes her career more than her dating life, I guess. I'm definitely a hopeless romantic, but I definitely will choose my career and my study over love. That sounds sad. This is probably why I'm single. Okay, I'm rambling for too long. I'm just going to read the book. See you later. I didn't get to read much. I only got to read until the end of the first chapter, but I'm already seeing the sisters dynamic, and I think they are so cute. And I don't think Nora's problem is only in her love life. I feel like there's going to be some, I don't know, misunderstanding or just some conflict between the sisters, and it's not kind of what I'm hoping for. But that is where I will leave Book Lovers day 1, and I will move on to the next book tomorrow, day 2. And I'm still going to read a genre that I'm still comfortable with, I guess. I haven't really read a lot of fantasy nowadays, so I think this is a good time to finally bring fantasy again in my reading list. For this day, I picked Lore by Alexandra Bracken. It's been in my shelf since the very first start. The reason why I didn't pick this up for a very long time is because of honestly how thick it is. To be honest, I've already read like a couple of pages like a long time ago, but since I have little knowledge about Greek mythology and all that, I find Greek mythology books, fiction books, kind of hard to start, since I think there's going to be a lot of information dumping. Since the start, I actually experienced that with the Song of Achilles, where the first chapter are basically lots of names, and I'm like, oh, who is this and who is this and who is this and who's the main character? I don't know. I'm rambling again. Wow. Okay, so I'm just going to start reading this. I totally forgot to tell you guys what this book is about, and I've been trying to make my own kind of description of the book, but it's fortunate that I found a dialogue in here that perfectly describe it better than I ever could. First though, I'm going to update you on this day. I actually have reached page 76. I'm on chapter 7 and it's so interesting. I love it. I'm going to read out a dialogue that perfectly describes what this book is about. For 7 days, every 7 years, the gods walk on earth as mortals. If you can kill one, you become a new god and take their power and immortality. But you will be hunted in the next agon as well. So the name of this ritual, or it's more like a punishment, is called the agon, and it happens every 7 years for 7 days. What happens is the gods and the goddess will maybe like thrown out to the earth. In the morning I read a little of the prologue and I was like, oh, I'm never going to finish this book, either enjoy this book. I don't think I can enjoy it. It's written in such a sophisticated writing. It almost matches a classic book, which I don't enjoy because I don't understand. But after I've gone through the prologue and got into chapter 1, the font actually got bigger and the writing got so much simpler. See you tomorrow. Good morning everyone, welcome to day 3. For this day I'm going to be reading contemporary, and honestly this genre is like a lot of books that are classified as other than contemporary can also be identified as contemporary. So for this day I'm going to be reading Breasts and Eggs by Mieko Kawakami. This book is given to me by my sister. She basically said that this is one of the books that is like her taste, like this is the kind of genre and author that she usually reads, and so I'm anticipating reading this. Basically I'm going to judge my sister's taste in books. I've seen the author's name brought up in a lot of instances and they all praised this author, so exciting. I'm kind of nervous of how the writing would be, but as I've said before, I'm excited. So let's get to reading. I don't even know what this is about. I read enough that I understood what it means, and I have read it until page 48. And a little TMI, I'm running out of my bookmarks because I use it like literally everywhere because I never finish a book, literally ever. So I'm using a bandage from now on because I don't have any bookmark. To summarize what this book is about, this book follows 2 sisters and one of them already has a child, but I think the main focus here is on the one sister who is a mother. She came from Osaka. Don't forget that this is actually set in Japan and translated from Japanese. She's from Osaka and she went to Tokyo where her sister is. Her main reason why she went to Tokyo is because she wanted to get breast implant. That's why it's called Breast and Eggs, because we see here the daughter's diaries that she wrote about growing up as a woman and having their period and about children and about them being pregnant and all that stuff. I didn't read much of it because it's not exactly my type of reading that I needed right now. This reminded me of a book that I quite like in the past. It's called Kim Ji-young, born in 1994. I think that's the title. I'm going to put the cover here, and it's actually a Korean book. It reminded me of this book in the sense that the main problem here is about girlhood, about womanhood, and how women goes through this horrible patriarchic world, and how unfair it is, and how they deal with it, how they suffer. Honestly, if you're a woman, this is a book for you. That's honestly what I have to say about it. But right now, I'm definitely already excluding that from the book that I will actually finish by the end of the video. I'm not really feeling it right now, but it's good. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a good book. That's it. See you tomorrow. It's day 4, and I think this is one of my most comfortable genre ever, which today I'm going to be reading a thriller book, and it is All the Missing Girls by Megan Miranda. So I already read it. This is like already at the end of the day, and I have reached page 97. Now the interesting part about this book is that it goes backward. It's like you're reliving the memory, although it could be quite confusing. I honestly really like it. In theory, you already know who the suspect is because they've said it, but I don't know if there's going to be like any plot twists. And when you read a lot of thriller books, you know that no one is truly innocent. I don't think I've even reached an hour of reading, and I've already read this much. So honestly, this is a good book for someone who has a reading slump. And let's just see tomorrow. Honestly, I'm not very excited for tomorrow. This is officially the last day, day 5, and not the most exciting day ever. I'm truly going to be reading out of my comfort zone. Today is going to be a classic genre reading day. Classic books are my enemies, but I don't know why, but I kept getting drawn by them. In front of me is my classic book piles, which I have 7 classic books that not even one of them I've read. TMI a little bit, I read, I think it's Great Expectations. Bro, that was traumatizing. For this day, for this video, the classic book that I'm going to read is The Great Gatsby. I'm just hoping that this will be a modern classic where the writing is much more simpler and I can understand it much more easily. See you later at the end of the day, and I'm going to be updating you on this book, and I'm going to pick one and finish that. Welcome to the last update. This day was a failure. I only got to read page 26. From my reflection of this book, it's actually not that hard. Like, the writing is still manageable, but I'm not even going to tell you like what this book is about because I haven't got to that part yet. All I know about this book right now is we're following a character called Nick. I only just finished chapter 2, which is such a shame, but as this is the end of the week, the end of the 5 days, I need to pick one that I will finish. As I've gotten through all those books, those 5 books, with their different genres, with their different stories, I'm going to finish Lore, a Greek mythology book by Alexander Bracken. Honestly, this book is so amazing. I know I haven't gone much further into the book. I'm excited to learn more about Greek mythology in general from this book. I'm going to be reading this and I'm going to make a review on this book later on when I actually finish it. Honestly, I would love to do this again. It's a good way to explore And I think from the last 5 days, it has been quite a journey. It is wonderful adventure. That's it. Goodbye, guys.